What's going on, guys? Stefan here with you, S&E's Garage. Today we are here to show you our latest purchase. So here we have a 2014 Kawasaki STX-15F Jet Ski. This is a 4-stroke jet ski, and it is equipped with a 1.5 liter Kawasaki 4-cylinder, like I said, 4-stroke engine. Now, we were looking for quite a while for one of these jet skis. We were looking at some Sea-Doos and some other ones, and then we stumbled on this one. And the main reason we bought this one is because of how low hours it had on it. This unit has only 49 hours on it, and it came with service history. It was actually sold on consignment by a marina. So basically, the person that owned this had it serviced and stored at a marina. And I guess they decided they didn't want it anymore, and you know, we stole this thing. It came with the double trailer here, so we actually have room for another ski. Maybe we'll get one in a year or two, so we have a pair. But this is going to be our first jet ski, and this is going to be something that we're going to kind of learn how to jet ski on. That's why we didn't want to get anything real big, you know, turbocharged or supercharged engine. We wanted something naturally aspirated that was going to be reliable. So let's go ahead. Let's take the seat off. Let's show you the engine. So in order to get the seat off on these, the first thing you're going to do is pull this hatch here, and it's going to allow you to lift this seat back up. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we're going to go ahead and take off the main seat. So once you get the back seat off, you go ahead, you pull this lever, and you lift, and this whole seat will now come off. And here we have our Kawasaki inline 4-cylinder engine. I did just spray this whole engine down with a silicone protectant, so if it looks a little oily, that's why. It helps protect against rust and other issues. So you'll see that this jet ski is in excellent condition. Here you're looking at the exhaust manifold, which is in excellent condition. Paint is still on the nuts. Here we have our intake manifold with our fuel rail. And this thing is overall in great condition. We did take it out on a sea trial. We didn't really get to, you know, get on it, but we just took it for a little ride, made sure everything was working good, and it does. If you're ever looking at a used jet ski, you want to go ahead and take a real good look inside at your impeller. You should not have a very large air gap between the impeller and the wear ring, so this did seem nice and tight. The only thing I did read about these is if the bearings in the pump go bad, they can cause the bearings in the crankshaft to go bad because it loads it up. So we are probably going to be purchasing a kit and bulletproofing this impeller with an improvement kit, and we'll go over that in some later videos. But we're not going to do that until this fall. We're going to enjoy it the rest of the summer, and this winter is when we'll really start tearing into this and making some improvements. Now, what's pretty cool about this 4-cylinder 1500cc Kawasaki engine is this is actually very closely related to the engines that they use in their street bikes. So they basically took a street bike engine, jammed it in a small hull, and yeah, so this thing should do 70 miles an hour easy from the reading that I'm doing. So this is going to be quite the little rocket. Now, if you're looking to get a jet ski or any type of marine vehicle, I use this stuff on everything. I use this on my outboard motors. I use this now on my jet ski, and anything electrical or metal on your boat or jet ski that you don't want to rust or get corroded. Whenever you service it, you just use this stuff. You spray it in there on everything. And what this does is it coats everything with a protective coating, and it keeps everything from rusting and protects your machine. So this is definitely something I recommend. I also use a product called Salt Away, I believe it's called, that you use to flush your engine after every time you use it in salt water, and that will also help prolong your marine equipment. So it's a couple things that I always recommend to use on your marine equipment, especially if you're going to be using them in salt water. I will throw a couple of these products in the video description below, and I'll put them in my Amazon store. Jet skis are a little bit different than boats. When you go to flush one of these, you have to start the engine before you turn the water on, because if you don't have the engine running when you turn the water on, you can potentially force water into the exhaust and into the engine. So you'll see The exhaust kind of comes this way, goes to a little blue rubber coupler there, and then into this, they call this the water box, but it's basically the muffler. And then it goes up, around, and out the machine right back here. So this is actually, it's pretty complicated how these things work, but it's also really cool. Here you have your air box, so your air intake is here, and there are two little plugs there. Should you get air, or not air, water in your air box, you can drain it. So like I said, we inspected all of this, and we found that this machine is in, you know, remarkable condition for its age, and it's the main reason we bought it. So one thing I did have to do is I very lightly buffed the side of the machine because it was a little faded, if you will. This thing probably sat outside a lot. With only 49 hours, it really probably wasn't used very much. But we are super excited to add this to the fleet, and we are super excited to make some videos with it, show you guys all about jet skiing. And I'm actually going to learn while I'm doing these videos, because I have never worked on a jet ski before. But if it's a 4-stroke engine, intake, compression, power, exhaust, it's all relative. If you can work on cars, you can work on boats, you can work on jet skis, it's all the same stuff. So please stay tuned, follow us with this project. We're going to bulletproof that pump, we're going to do a couple other things, maybe put a better impeller in it, and we're going to have fun with this thing. So like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.